Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the AGtube Central podcast. I'm here with Katie from herstoryag,
Hello.
and today we'll be discussing perfectionism in the AG community. But before we get into that, I just want you to introduce yourself and kind of let the viewers know your AGIG and AGtube.
Okay, perfect. Hi, my name is Katie. I go by herstoryag on YouTube and Instagram. I've been on AGtube and AGIG since about 2017, but in the past year or so, I've been kind of going off and on. I've been pretty inactive. On AGtube, I used to do a lot of, I don't know, I didn't really have like a genre of videos. I kind of just did whatever I feel like, but now that I'm almost graduating, I'm definitely planning on going back and just kind of doing the same thing, doing whatever I feel like. And I definitely plan on being more creative with my photos and putting a lot more effort into them. Even if it means I post less, I don't care. I'm definitely gonna put a lot more creativity and effort. So
That's really awesome. I've definitely had a few of those moments myself where I've taken breaks and come back. So I'm just really excited for you.
oh, thank you. Me too. I'm really looking forward to it.
So, who are a few AGtubers that inspired you to create your channel?
Uh, my favorite AGtubers are AG Jitters, of course. Alleycat loves AG. Lynn Life. Let's see. For Happy Hippos, Dancing Dolphins, Violet Dollies. I love Violet Dolly. She's so talented.
She really is.
I know. Let's see. And then of course like the original AGtubers, Basil Mentos, Mixie Pixie 7, and all the rest. I love them so much. Let's see, who else? There's like so many people. I always forget. There's like a whole list
Right?
all the time. And here, let me look at my subscription list actually so I can remember some of my other favorites really quick. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Another one of my favorites is the AG Studios 380. She's really funny and her stop motions are always they always give me such a laugh. And I like their character development in each of the stop motions.
Mm-hmm.
AG Primrose, I really like her videos. They're super aesthetic and they're super pleasing to watch. And then the last one is biggest AG fan ever. I just like her videos because they're very cohesive and they're really fun to watch and binge watch and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this past year she's had this huge growth in her channel, which is amazing.
Oh, her, Lynn Life, Alleycat loves AG. They're all like the new era of AGtube, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, I've always wondered. So, what kind of started your channel name, Her Story AG?
I think it's because I was planning on doing a lot of stop motions at the time, so I
Mm-hmm.
kind of wanted it to be like the doll's story, like her story, because I don't have any boy dolls, so I was like, well, her story. Like in each stop motion, I would just show like
Mm-hmm.
each doll's story. So I guess that's where it came from. I thought it would be more complete to have AG at the end of it. So that's kind of where it came from. It's not a super interesting backstory, but that's all I remember thinking.
Oh, that's cute. I really like your channel name. It reminds me of a stop motion channel name, kind of like Her Story, like a storyline.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, what are your favorite videos to make as of right now?
As of right now, well, I
Like,
haven't made a video in a hot second,
mm-hmm.
but if I could, I would totally make a stop motion. I've only made one before, so
Mm-hmm.
I might end up not liking it because it's a really tedious process.
Oh, for
But oh
sure.
my goodness, like stop motions, I feel like I can really express my creativity with different shots and different things, and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping I have the time and the patience and the creativity to come up with stop motions because they're just so fun. Like I love them so much. But I actually probably won't be doing them at first. I'll probably just be doing a couple of opening videos because I am receiving a couple dolls in the next couple months.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, how many dolls do you have right now?
Oh shoot, I should have prepared for this. I
You're
don't know.
good.
I'm gonna have to count them out loud. Is that okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, we have Sage, we have Isabel, we have Grace, Leah, uh, Caroline, Kaya, Felicity, Kanani, My Amy Beth doll from Small Friends, Mariah, what am I missing? Oh yeah, Mackenzie, my 55. Um, oh yeah, another doll that just came. Okay, wait, shoot.
Ooh.
I just okay, I'm just gonna guess I have 15. I don't quite remember. I was actually cleaning the shower earlier. I was like, I feel like she's gonna ask this, but I just didn't get a chance to count them.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, so I think I have 15, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Are you gonna keep, like, your newer dolls that you purchased recently kind of like a surprise on your channel? Or are you
Um, oh shoot, just realized I actually revealed part of the surprise. So the Kanani, Kaya, Felicity, and shoot. Yeah, so the Kanani, Kaya, Felicity, and the other dog. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember. I'm so sorry. I'm like ruining everything. But
No,
there were
you're
four dolls
good.
I'm sending to the hospital, but I didn't tell anyone yet. And then I'm also, yeah, the new doll doesn't have a name. So, and then another doll that's coming also doesn't have a name either. So yeah, I sorry about that.
You're good. Yeah, it's crazy because it's like at this point, I don't even know how many dolls I have, and I'm kind of scared to count.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
Who do you think you have?
I think I have like almost 20.
Oh
It's like I buy a lot of them, and like even when I'm on AGtube like breaks or whatever, I don't always like share when I purchase a doll, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I should have recorded me opening that.
oh, yeah, for sure. I always end up recording them, but I always just like forget about it. It's like in the midst of just hours of footage that I haven't uploaded yet.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
I have so many unedited videos. It's kind of
Mhm.
overwhelming.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay. So on perfectionism, I know that I definitely struggle with like letting perfectionism get in the way of me sharing content that I really enjoy on AGtube and AGIG as well. Do you find that that relates to you as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm a perfectionist, and it kind of bleeds into everything I do, like at my work or just when it comes to school, essays and everything. And it definitely bleeds into AGIG and AGTube. So yeah, I have actually a lot of photos that I haven't uploaded just because I feel so bad about them. And
Mm-hmm.
also something that, and I was at the AG Smiles Live, and someone said something that really like spoke to me.
Mm-hmm.
So she said something along the lines of like, the technology is getting better and it feels like there's more pressure to upload like better quality content.
Oh my
And I
goodness,
was like,
yes.
dang, yeah, that's so true. Because like, a couple years ago, you post a photo with Boca, and it was like, wow, that's great.
Yeah, it was like,
And
wow, your picture has bokeh.
exactly. But now it's like Boca's great, but also it's like people know to look for, good lighting and good composition and all the things. And it's like, I'm not good at that. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I've been thinking about. And I don't know. I think one of the biggest things is like with grain and with fuzziness in my photos. I
Mm-hmm.
try to edit them and fix that, but a lot of times it just doesn't really work. Like my latest photo is really fuzzy and really grainy, and I was really disappointed. But yeah, I was like, I should upload this anyways, just because I worked so hard in the editing. And but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of gets to me.
Yeah, I feel like AGIG definitely has a new standard of pictures. And it's like when I first joined AGIG on the AGcafe, it was like I would post a picture and it could just be a doll standing in front of a tree and it would get like 200 likes. And
Oh yes.
not
Oh yeah.
that likes matter, but nowadays it's like, if you have a doll in front of a tree and it has bokeh, it's like not the same reaction as it was.
I know, and it's like it's unsaid. Like no one ever says that, but like
Yeah,
it's true.
it really is.
Yeah.
And honestly, same with stop motions as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, of course, technology comes
Hmm.
better shots. I mean, no, not better shots. Better technology comes with better looking things. And of course, like every photographer and every videographer can make even like the most outdated camera work, but it helps. Like technology really helps. So
Yeah.
if you just look back a couple of years ago at stop motions and look at them now, it's so crazy.
It really is. And it's hard to like not let that affect how I like what videos and stop motions I post,
Oh
but it's
yeah,
hard to see other creators like killing it in their stop motions and I'm like, "Wait, this stop motion seems like lackluster."
I know.
And
I totally feel that. But your
so,
your videos are so great though.
oh, thank you. But yeah, letting that get in the way sometimes is difficult, but I try to push past it and not like compare other creators. That's like something I definitely struggle with.
Me too. I actually just recently discovered Violet Dollies, and oh my gosh, she is amazing,
Incredible.
incredible. And I hope she comes back to AGtube soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like her technical skills and her stop motions and the attention to detail is outstanding.
Yes, I think it was the Sister Soul stop motion, the first one I saw of hers, and
Mhm.
I was like, I showed that to my little sister. I was like, you have to see this. This is so cool. And like the little character with the little wonky character who was like out of whack.
Oh
it was
yeah, yeah.
it was just so crazy. Like the sound design too. I don't
Oh
know
my
how she
goodness.
does that, but that's really cool.
Yeah, her sound and her stop motions just oh my gosh, they're so good.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, is your sister still into AG? I haven't seen
She
much.
she is, but she's also like a perfectionist when it comes to that. She's not really a perfectionist when it comes to other things, but when it comes to like something that she creates, like art or anything creative, she's like super hyper perfectionist.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But she struggles with bad lighting. In our doll
Mhm,
room, the lighting is terrible.
mhm.
Even with like our windows open and umbrella lights on, it's still like the umbrella lights give that really like fake lighting effect, and I don't like
Yeah.
that. I really love natural light, but it's just not possible. So
Mhm,
huge thing that kept me from filming because like the umbrella lights helped with the lighting, but it was so artificial, and I don't like that for my
mhm.
videos at all. But so I ended up taking some of the videos out in my living room, and the lighting was a bit better. But of course, like I can't move the whole dollhouse there. So
Yeah. That's one thing that I also used to have, like, an issue. It's like, I filmed in my closet for the longest time,
oh my
and
goodness.
the lighting was so difficult to fix.
Oh yeah,
It was a struggle.
I know, and also that's one of the other things is like good lighting that really was noticeable in the last like I don't know 5 years, and before that too I would say like 5-7 years it's been like a really big thing.
Mhm.
And before that it was kind of like no one really expected that. They just like I don't know,
Yeah.
people just didn't notice
It's like the
at all.
standards keep raising.
Yes, they do.
And it's like also, for lighting, in the beginning of AGTube, it's like umbrella lights were like never seen
Oh
as
yeah,
like ever. In
yeah.
old AGTube, it's like that'd be really rare. It's mainly modern AGTube, like in the past few years.
I agree.
Okay, also seeing dancing dolphins, how much like work she puts into her stop motions is really inspiring. The
It
way
really
she takes
is.
like a more filming approach to it is really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure, she's so creative just like her sister.
Yeah, honestly.
They sound really similar. She's sometimes when I first started watching them, I got them mixed up. I was like, wait, who's who?
Yeah, yeah, they do sound very similar. So on AGIG the past year, there's been like a lot of tension going on. What are your kind of thoughts on that shift in AGIG?
Well, of course, a lot of social issues have been happening. And
Mhm.
I mean, from the beginning, ever since I started, getting social media or started getting on social media, I've always been very quiet. And I think a lot of people view that as a problematic thing. I
Mhm.
just like talking to people around me about like what my thoughts are. I don't ever feel comfortable um, sharing my opinions online, but I know other people,
Mhm.
and it's like it's a constant thing to see like almost every single day there's always something going on.
Mhm.
Um And I don't know, I try not to, like, get too much into it, and I guess,
Same.
some people see that as, like, a problematic thing, you don't be quiet, you need to speak up, and I really struggle with that because I'm just, like, naturally a quiet person when it comes to that.
Me
So, like,
too.
I mean, I haven't really people haven't spoken to me directly about it, but I feel like it's just, like, a stigma that's been kind of going around, like, in social media in general, but also it's been getting into AGIG as well.
For
Um,
sure. And it honestly kind of makes me anxious to go on AGIG sometimes.
yeah, for sure, I agree. But, yeah, I almost posted something, I was like, "Hey, guys, do you want me to speak up, or, like, do you want me to say something?" But I ended up deleting
Mhm.
it because I was like, I don't think this is necessary, you know? Now
Yeah,
if people talk to me and come up to me about it, then I'll probably, respond, in an
mhm.
appropriate manner, of course, but it hasn't really been an issue, and I prefer to keep it on the down low just 'cause I really I prefer to be private
For sure.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I get that completely.
yeah.
And it doesn't seem like any of that is, like, really spreading to AG too much.
Mm-mm, no, AGtube is definitely more of like a happy-go-lucky place.
Yeah, it
Like,
really is. It's like
and yeah.
2 different environments, really.
Yeah, I agree. It's really nice because, like, it's just I don't know, I really like it when things just don't leak into something so innocent, like dolls,
Yeah,
and I don't know, I really like it when it's just, like, we can focus on having fun and stuff, but
for sure.
yeah, that's just the little kid inside of me, like,
Me too.
yeah.
And it's like, AGIG, I think a few years ago when I first joined, I didn't realize the drastic environment that I was going into, like how different it was from AGTube. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely kind of like shocking.
It was shocking for me too. I was like 13 or 14 and I actually like a pretty sheltered kid growing up. So even in a doll community, I learned like a lot that I had no idea existed before.
Me
So I
too.
found that really funny because it's like it's a doll community and that's where I learned a lot of this stuff about social issues and even politics. And it was like, wow, that's just so surprising, like that's the place I would least expect to learn about or
Yeah.
find out all these things. So there's
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, that's so true. I've learned so much through, like, AGIG, but, like, a few years ago, it's like no one really talked about it, like, at all.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Does it ever okay, I know I get overwhelmed sometimes whenever I take a break and then start posting again, it kind of overwhelms me in the fact of, I could have, like, been doing this the whole time and, like, "Oh, I wonder what would happen if I just, like, kept posting regularly."
Yeah, I agree. And I have like so many dead followers. And followers don't really matter to me all that much. But at the same time, it's like, I think I posted last year one of the Laney photos and it got like 236 likes or something. And then the
Wow.
last photos I posted got like they struggled to get to 80. And then, likes don't matter to me that much, but it's like
Mhm.
it kind of stings because it's like I think, if I stuck with it and I kept posting consistently, I could have, expanded a little bit more and had more active people to talk to and, you know, be in the community with. But
Oh, I
no,
feel the same way. I've sometimes when I come back from not posting for a while, I feel so out of the community and out of the loop and everything.
yeah, one of my biggest regrets, this is kind of off topic, but one of my biggest regrets is like s- getting out of contact with the people that I had met on AGIG.
Oh my
And you were one of
goodness.
those people, and I feel so bad. But also a couple other people as well. I kept in contact with them for a little bit, a couple months after I stopped
You're
posting.
good.
Um, yeah, I kept in contact with them a couple months after I stopped posting. But then after
Mhm.
that, I mean, I guess in real life, I cut off a lot of people that I know as well. So it wasn't really anything personal. It was just kind of like it was like a struggling moment for me, and I really needed to step back. So that's kind of why I stopped. But then now it's like really difficult to rekindle those friendships. So yeah, I kind of regret that because it's like it's so nice to be in a community where you have people that you can talk to no matter what. And I feel like since I stopped talking to them, I kind of lost that. So there's that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the completely same boat. Sometimes like I'll come back and then I'll like go into like my direct messages and then realize someone shared my post and then all that and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that. I couldn't get back to them." And it's like all my friendships that I had like when I was super active,
Mhm.
uh, they're slowly like as I took breaks, they're kind of like not really there and I feel really bad about it and I regret that as well.
Yeah. It's a stinky thing, but
Mhm.
yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on AG's current new releases?
Like their new dolls and stuff with the colored
Yeah.
hair.
Yes.
um, well, my favorite, I actually don't, I haven't memorized the numbers yet, but my favorite one is like the gray eyes and like, I think she has purple hair, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's my favorite one. And then the other two, I kind of forgot what they looked like a little bit. Actually, it was like the other one with the green and blue and brown hair, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I don't know, they're not my favorite. I definitely won't be adding any of them to my collection. Um, just because I don't know, I don't really like colored hair
Mhm.
like that. I prefer like a
A
natural
natural, for
dye.
sure.
If it's gonna be like a dyed wig, I like it to be like a more like a natural highlights and lowlights and stuff like that. Um, but I don't know. It's just I'm kind of neither here nor there, but at the same
Yeah,
time, I just know I'm not gonna add them to my collection. I don't know, it was a bit disappointing, you know?
me
Uh,
too.
yeah. What about you?
I think that American Girl, I feel like they kind of headed into like a Barbie direction. Not
Yeah.
that like completely, but it's like kind of disappointing because I really like miss the historical accurate outfits and not the
Oh,
super bright color pink
yeah.
outfits.
Too. So
And
sad.
I was even young at the time when I got into American Girl and they're trying to appeal to a young audience, but I'm like, um, if anything, that would draw me away as a kid.
Yeah, no, me too. I really loved the historical outfits and all the accurate things. It was just so nice and I loved collecting that kind of stuff. But when Be Forever happened, it was like, I don't know. And I
Hmm.
don't know how old I was at the time, but I was old enough to know that I don't like it.
Me
So there's
too.
that.
Yeah.
I had a thought, but I lost it.
Yeah, and like all their current clothing reminds me of like Justice
Oh yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, and like Descendants, the first thing I thought when I saw that was like, oh, Descendants. I haven't even seen the show, but I don't know, that's what I thought of. And I guess other people also saw that same thing, but it's really interesting that they went for that vibe. So,
Hmm.
oh, but also the other like the traveling outfits. Did you want to talk about those?
Oh yeah,
Okay, I love the outfits for the most part. My favorite's like the Irish one, and
me
then there's
too.
one more that I also really like. But I forgot. I haven't really been too much into what's been going on lately, but I really like the Irish outfit. It's super cute.
Me as well. And I like the idea of like the travel outfits. It's just that I feel like they're not really accurate. Like,
Yeah, I
mm-hmm.
get what they're going for most of them, but I actually listened to the podcast type of video with AG Primrose and Once Upon an American Girl. I
Hmm.
think they talked about the travel outfits and they had really interesting insights on that. So that was really cool. I really agreed with what they were saying. But I would probably buy the Irish outfit and just replace the shirt with a plain white shirt. I know everyone says that, but it's true because it's not the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, I like the Irish outfit a lot, but the shirt kind of had me like,
I know. It's
eh.
like you had it. You were so close. So
Exactly.
close.
It's like AG keeps doing these graphic tees that are like very young, I guess you can say. And I'm like, oh man. But and
Yeah.
on top of that, I feel like ever since a few years ago when they kind of started doing more young things, I feel like a lot of AGtubers and AGIGers go on eBay and buy the older outfits instead of just buying from American Girl directly anymore.
Yes, I did that like a month ago. I was like, this is really cute. I wish they made stuff. I'm just gonna buy it. And I actually got a really good deal. It was like a good retired outfit. It was 10
Mhm.
bucks.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
score. So it's great. And I love it. And one of my dolls is wearing it right now. It's so cute.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when I go on eBay and see like their big bundles for like super like not that much.
Yeah.
And it's like retired AG stuff and it's just like you get what you get. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's fun."
I want, I want the little green bucket hat. That's the next thing I want to get for the clothing for my dolls. I love it. It's so cute.
Is that a Pleasant Company thing or is it
So I think so.
oh,
It's
okay.
part of like this really, really cute outfit. I don't know why. It was really cute. I just love it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You're good. I can
What do
cut
you
it
think
out.
the future of AGTube will be? Do you think it'll die out, or do you think it'll be more lively in the next couple of years?
I really hope it doesn't die out. Like, I mean, I feel like a new era of AGTube is definitely coming about through
Mhm.
like Lynn Life and Alley Cat Lives AG. Those kind of styles of videos on AGTube are really becoming more popular, but I think that AGSMs and stop motions will still forever be around, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's just kind of like how girls get into it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel
No,
like
I
that's a lot how younger people get into it. But I really hope it doesn't die out.
do. That'd be really sad.
That would be really sad. What about you? What do you think the future entails for AGTube?
I would say the same thing. Yeah, I would say, with technology, when more people get access to things like umbrella lights and DSLRs and things like that, the quality will go up and up and up, just like the rest of YouTube, and it's gonna,
Mm-hmm.
be a bit hard. It's gonna be a bit harder to
Mm-hmm.
compete. It's gonna be harder to compete. And I mean, it's not really about the competition, like I said,
Yeah.
like explicitly like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you don't have umbrella lights or DSLR, then you're not going to be watched by anyone. That's like not how it is. But
Mm-hmm.
things like a DSLR and good lighting and things like that, I mean, they help you a lot,
A
especially
lot.
a good editing system. Oh my goodness, that can change your video. Like,
That can do wonders.
oh yeah, I mean, I had like Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects for a year, and I didn't use it because it was so complicated. But I know what people can do with that, and it is insanely cool. It is so amazing, like little animations and sound design, all the things.
Yes.
And it's like when you don't have access to something like that, I mean, it's like it can be a bit hard to like execute your ideas, and that was the biggest thing for me. Like when I first started AGTube, I used my mom's Samsung phone, and
Mm-hmm.
have an editing system, but her phone allowed us to pause and like play again in the same clip. And I would use that for my editing, and I'll kind of just like add in any music. And for the most part, I don't think it let me like change the audio. It was just kind of like flatly. So it kind of like overpowered my voice a lot. And then
Mm-hmm.
I bought my phone. I wanted my phone for video and also just to have a phone. So I bought my first phone and I was like, oh, this is great. And then after a couple weeks or like a month or so, I was like, I want a DSLR now. So then I bought a DSLR. And then a couple months after I bought my DSLR, I was like, I
Oh
love
no,
it. It's great, but it's about um the video capabilities are not that great. Oh, your internet connection is unstable.
yeah, I was about to say you cut out for a little bit.
Ooh, what did
Just
you
like
just
a few seconds. You were talking about how you got your phone and then you wanted a DSLR.
Oh yes, I got my phone and then I bought my DSLR. And I don't know, I think after I got my DSLR, I was like, okay, I'll stop. And I still have the same thing at the same
Mm-hmm.
and I don't plan on upgrading for a while. But I mean, it's crazy how limited I feel when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to making videos and like how difficult it can be to get a good shot when like your camera can barely handle like uh a not that high ISO and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then making videos, there's no autofocus, there's no flip out screen. The video capabilities just aren't that great.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I guess I kind of let that stop me when it comes to my video ideas because like
Mhm.
when it comes to creativity, I just want a way to like get it out. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's a good way to execute it even without those fancy editors and stuff. But I don't know
Mhm.
how. All I know how I would be able to execute that idea is with something like a tool, right? But if I don't
Yeah.
have that tool, then I'm like, I'm not gonna go for it because it's like it's not worth it if I can't really
Oh, yeah.
execute my video and flesh it out the way I want to.
That oh my gosh, that hit hard because I remember so I feel like there's always something that I can have to improve my videos. Like, I almost feel like it's a never-ending cycle. It's like, once I have this camera, I'll be good to go. Once I have this lens, I'll be good to go. And
Yes.
it's like there's always gonna be something more, I feel like, for me, in terms of, like, AGtube and AGIG equipment.
Yeah.
And it's, like, so frustrating. I'm like, "Okay, I need this clicker, shutter button, and all of that."
Yes, I totally struggle with the same thing. And it's like, I don't plan on going into photography or videography anytime soon outside of AGtube and AGIG. So
Mhm,
it's not a good investment. And even if I were going into photography for like as a part-time job or just for fun that
mhm,
happens to make money, the photography world is so flooded and it's so hard to make a name for yourself, even like in
mhm.
your circle of people that you know. So it's like it's a bad investment for me to buy a new lens, but I really want a new lens because I really want to up my video quality. Because like
Mhm.
you can have a bad camera and a great lens, and it's fine. You have a
Mhm.
great camera and a bad lens, it's all right. So I
Yeah.
definitely know that before I buy a new camera, I'm definitely gonna buy a much better lens. So, um, but yeah, one of the biggest things is like I hate spending money. So sending those
Me
$4
too.
and buying that new doll that I just bought a couple days ago, uh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate spending money. But one of the biggest things is like my biggest rule is like it's not coming out of your paycheck. It's coming
Mhm.
out of your tips. So I've been saving up tips for ever since I got my job.
Oh, that's
So
good.
that's what it's for. I did not come out of my paycheck, so I feel a little bit better about that. But now I need to replenish my tips or I won't feel better. So yeah.
Yeah, with the money thing, it's also so sad because I relate to that. It's like I'll be saving up for a while, and then it's, like, so sad how easily and it can just go down to 0,
Oh
like,
yeah.
so fast.
You just happen to have two very expensive hobbies, American Girl and photography.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's not like little things like, "Oh, I spend money and it lasts forever," but, like, no, with dolls, it's like sometimes 100 to $300 sometimes.
Yeah.
They're expensive, it just goes by so fast, and a lens, like a good lens,
Oh my goodness.
several hundred to even $1,000. I mean, I haven't bought a lens yet, but
Mhm.
I know that good ones are, like, so expensive, so I'm
They
probably
are.
just gonna buy a 50, the cheapest one, so
Yeah, and it's like before I thought, "Oh, okay, I just have to buy a really good camera and, like, not think about the lenses," but really the lenses are what makes the photo.
Yes, I actually watched Potato Jet. He had a video on, I think, the T7, so it's like a slight step up. But honestly, with the T5, T6, T7, they're not all that different. They're
Mhm,
still really, beginner cameras and stuff. But he plopped on a really good lens. Like I forgot which one it was, but it was more expensive than the camera itself, and it changed the video altogether. Like he put just
oh
a
my
little bit of
gosh.
color grading in that great lens. Actually, no, I don't even think he did color grading, and it was like the difference was insane. I was so inspired
Yeah,
by the new lens, but it was a pretty pricey lens, so I'm definitely gonna
yeah.
hold off on that until I'm very sure.
Yeah, and it's like for like the starter lens that I used was like the one that came with like the camera, and then I at one point I saved up enough money and I was like, okay, I really want to buy a new lens because I figured out, oh, that's why these photos have so much like big bokeh. That's like beautiful. I want that. And
Yeah.
so I was like researching lenses and I was like, oh, the 1.8, everyone's like using the 1.8. And then I'm like, I want to take it a degree further. I
Ooh.
bought the like 1.4.
Uh-huh.
But I really now and when I look back, I'm like, there's really not a huge difference
Yeah.
between 1.8 and 1.4.
I've done research and I was like, man, should I go a step further? But I wasn't quite sure. Do you regret it a little bit?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I mean, it's a nice lens, but I'm like, I spent too much for that.
And so your photos look really, really good. You're such a great photographer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And oh, I guess an unspoken thing about AGIG and AGtube. I think, a lot of people are like, you don't need a good lens or a good, good camera. Just like, use your phone if you have to. And I agree. Like, you shouldn't have
Mhm.
feel like you have to buy anything. You should,
Mhm.
if you want to use your phone to make videos, like, do that.
Yeah.
I hope no one feels pressured or like feels like they should buy stuff to make good
Yeah.
content. But I guess like the unspoken part about that is like, I mean, it's really helpful. And I guess a lot of people bring that
Mhm.
up as well, but it's like, I mean, for people like me who feel like they can't flesh out their ideas unless like this, and this is exactly how they want it. And
Mhm.
like with the camera that I have now, yes, it's a DSLR and it's like, it's, better than using my phone, but it's like, I feel like I can't quite flesh it out because it's like, this is going to be an issue and that's going to be an issue. And I can't get this shot nice and crisp because it can't handle something like that. So
Yeah, you just like want something perfect to execute your ideas because you just like want it to look good. And I totally understand that
oh
part of
yeah.
it. And
Mhm.
I remember before I got the lens, I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't do this unless I have this. And so, I mean, even when I got the lens, there was like a period where I was like super motivated and like inspired, but I feel like, material things won't like make or break your AGIG or AGtube like career, I guess.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I guess it comes down to just determination and lots of patience
Oh
too.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Her Story AG, for joining us on today's episode of AGTube Central. I hope you enjoyed today's video and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Why? I'm just like, I'm so out of it right now. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just.
What's that?
Because you're eating a piece of bread and I think it's funny. Okay.
Just a singular piece of bread.
Yeah, it's a large, really big cracker. Like it's like 2 pieces of bread combined.
Oh wow.
It's like a really big cracker. I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But like it's bigger than what? Yeah, I'll
Bigger
send
than
it to
my
you.
hand.
I'm talking to you for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the cracker away. Goodbye.
It's cashews here. I can't take anything seriously. Whew, okay. I think I got most of my giggles out. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna answer without you having to say it again because I feel so bad. Okay.
You're good.
This is really bad. Okay. I really don't know how I'm gonna stop this. I'm just gonna keep trying.
I cannot. Oh my god. So much. My dog not too long ago was like barking so much and it was like an endless like 15 minutes of barking, so I was like, oh no, I swear if this happens
What was he barking at? Nothing? Just like me?
it was just, yeah, he was literally just barking at nothing. I was like, come on.
I see myself in your dog a lot.